Hello Leo, my sweet pussycats. Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, maybe Venus. We'll see where it goes. This week, Leo, is all about wild unknown animal spirit. And with Kim Kranz, so all the decks that she's made, I think I have all the decks that she's made. I don't know, maybe I don't. I have 3, and those are the 3 that we're using. And we're starting with the archetypes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 2 cards from her archetype deck. The first one is going to be like where you are right now. Where you are right now. What energy, what archetypal energy are you in right now? The next one is going to be where you're moving towards. What are you moving towards? Like sort of like the next cycle that you're approaching and how you'll be in that cycle and what you're going to experience. And then once I do that, I'm going to pull out from the wild unknown animal. Oh, look at you at the bottom with your sun energy. The tarot and the oracle deck as well. Now there is an extended at the end of the reading. You can find the link at the top of the description. And in the extended, I'm going to look into kind of the blind spot energy between where you are and where you're going. So let's get started. Leos. Sweet pussycats. Leos. These are so hard. They're so thick and difficult. Wow. Ooh, the vow. Wow, this is interesting. Who had this? Taurus had this card in exactly the same spot, I think. Yeah. And this is like a whole day later. What do you have here? The offering. I don't think that one is so similar, but I think it's a different card. I really do. I'm like, I've shuffled this deck so many times. It freaks me out when that happens. But I don't know. Okay. There you go. All right. So Leo, pussycats. I'm going to read for you, even though I feel like I've just done this. This is like, it's not even a deja vu. It's, I feel like I'm redoing something here. So weird. Okay, the vow. I'll read it to you. Obviously, I do not want you to go. Well, I mean, if you're compelled to go to the Taurus reading, you definitely can. But this reading is for you. All right. The promise. Or, sorry, the vow. Oh, my God. There's some weird stuff going on lately. I don't know what's happening. Anyways, let's just see what happens. The vow. Okay, it actually, the promise, the oath, the contract. There we go. It's like my clairvoyant self is trying to communicate more directly, and I'm getting in the way. I'll try not to get in the way of your reading. When the vow is spoken, the air shifts, karmic ties are formed, and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. There is a reason the great mythic stories of our past often include the recitation of oaths and mixing of drops of blood as a mark of union. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness. The laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten, so breaking them can leave lingering complexities and loose ends. This card calls us to acknowledge the vow we are living by, consciously and unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promises. Think of the last promise you made. Was it to yourself or another? Has it been upheld or broken? When light, bearing witness to the shift toward destiny. Go deeper. Learn the yamas, the 5 vows of the seeker. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to look that one up. I don't think I mentioned that to Taurus. There's a reason. It's there for you. Anytime the energy of the vow is present, we are in the archetypal realm of ceremony and ritual. That means time stands still and anything is possible. So this card is really about like a promise, a vow, really kind of to other people. It's not just to yourself in this one. I really don't think it is. It can be something as deep as a vow, like say in a partnership, a promise to someone, and to be wed to someone. Or I think it could also be it could be a business contract if you've promised to work with someone. There's something. This is the energy that you're in now, but it's also at a point when we think about what this is talking about. If it is going to be broken, there is lingering complexities and loose ends. So this card calls you to acknowledge the vow, either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. So even if you have ended something, it's almost like energetically, you're still connected to it. It's kind of the message that I'm getting. And to think about what your responsibility is in closing that off, or reigniting it and starting it again, like reinvesting into what it is. Okay, so the offering, this is where you're going, the offering. The offering. The gift, the present, the sacrifice. Unlike many of the other cards in the deck, the offering carries a clear as day message and a call to action. As you may have guessed, it is time for something to be given and given up. For the sake of the bigger picture, if nothing comes to mind immediately, though it's likely it will, take time in meditation to consider what must be offered and who is to receive it. It's likely you'll feel attachment and hesitancy. You'll make excuses. But recognize the link between the word sacrifice and the word sacred. One leads to the other. When we offer up something to the greater good, we lighten our load and become more able to serve. Imagine for a moment if you were to offer your whole self, unconditionally, to the world for now. Start small. If there's a gift you've been thinking of giving someone special, now is the time. When light, generosity, donation, volunteering. To go deeper, Odin's sacrifice of his eye in Norse mythology. I read this for someone. Someone had this exact same card in this spot, and I don't think it was Taurus, it was someone else. So interesting. Once a week, Gandhi gave up speaking for a day, offering himself to divine silence. The offering can come in all shapes and sizes. This is interesting, Taurus. This is very interesting. Taurus, oh my gosh. This is so crazy. I really feel like I'm feeling like it was Gemini who had this card over here. And I know it was Taurus that had this card over here. And I'm almost feeling like somehow these two energies have combined to create a present energy in your reading, Leo. It's so weird. I can't explain it. It's kind of freaking me out. I cleared the energy, came in here, I did my singing bowls. I burned a little Palo Santo. It is just like a whole day has gone by since I recorded those. Is something going on, guys? Something going on. So let's get the specific message to you. And this could be to someone coming to the channel who's dealing with that. Another thing I wanted to like, I've spent some time like thinking about the your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus and whatnot. And even in myself, when I watch videos, I've tried to kind of understand how my readings are being conveyed to people. And I find like your sun sign, I'm finding, is kind of like how the world may be seeing you, how they will be witnessing you. And I'm thinking about making a video like to put on my channel to explain this to people, because I think it's worth going to see your sun, moon, and rising. And this is kind of what I'm feeling like might be going on here, because it's almost like two other messages that have come through are still present in this energy, but yet there's a third message for the energy of Leo. So your moon, I feel, is like the real nitty-gritty of life. Things that maybe you've overlooked, but you have to deal with in the reality of life that you need to deal with. And your rising, I'm still sort of working on that one. I think that's sort of like where you're projecting yourself. So take that as you will for this reading. And it's interesting because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And I've been sitting and watching a channel and just understanding how messages are coming through and how they sit for your sun, moon, and your rising. And it's interesting, I've been thinking on that, and now I can feel the energy of that is present. The vow. Wow, the beaver. That's interesting. When I get the beaver card, I think about like working. So this may be something that you've been working on, or your work. So it could be a work contract too. The offering. Ooh, dang. Wow. Wow, the Panther. That is some serious, I feel like if you're going to be offering something, you're not taking a no for an answer almost with the Panther. That's very fiery, very passionate. You have a very passionate offer. You're the one doing the offering. Like, I'm trying to keep this your energy. Oh, I should say too, I have like 2 dual bruises. I'm sorry, I'm kind of noticing that on the camera. I'm like, it probably looks really weird. I was moving this really big box. Amazon delivered this basketball thing for my son. And it was really heavy and quite big, and I had to get it in. At one point I was using my shoulders, and then I hit the cement curb on my door, my entryway, and I went, and really hurt actually. But anyways, I'm okay now. But I'm kind of noticing I have like dual bruises. I haven't been boxing. I have not been boxing, but kind of fun actually. I should get like a boxing. That'd be good. Okay, sorry. Yeah, let's go into the tarot and see where this is going. Maybe, if for some of you, if this is work, like something that you work on with a little beaver, something that you put a lot of passion into anyways. The beaver is very passionate about what he does, from sun up to sundown, from sun up to sundown, dawn, that's kind of the opposite. And then the Panther, really like not taking no for an answer. Maybe you're offering, maybe you're in a position to offer work to people too. That's a possibility. See, the 3 of Pentacles is at the bottom. Oh, and I didn't show you what was at the bottom of the other deck, is the Eagle card. It's kind of like harnessing the sun. I like to think that. Like allowing the universe and spirit to guide you to harness your wish fulfillment, to be able to achieve it, to be able to get to it. Now, the 3 of Pentacles is a very collaborative energy. And it's interesting that that should come out because it feels like it might be work-related somehow for you, or at least putting the work into something. So for this vow, we have a Death card, then we have the 6 of Cups, and then we have Temperance. It does indicate that something ended here. Something did end with the Death card, and like a rebirth. The rebirth that comes after this death is very, very soulmate connected energy, followed by Temperance, sort of divinely guided, divine balance coming into place. If we look at these 3 cards, I'm really finding, like combining this deck, it's interesting looking at when things are sort of monochromatic and when things are full of color, or at least starting to develop color. The Death card, there's no color, right? It's monochromatic. And then here, like the root system. The root system here is what develops the color. This is where the life comes back. So it's sort of, it's a depiction of a solid, healthy, fruitful foundation being created. And this is where the focus is, so that as moving forward, look at when we come into the next card, there's tons of color, tons and tons of color coming out of something. With the vow, for some of you, like something has ended. And you do have a choice here, right? Like either something has ended, or you're at the precipice of feeling like something has ended. Do you finalize the ending? Do you like close it off properly and energetically, like the book was telling us? Like when you come and you make a vow, you make a promise, you make a commitment to another person, it's witnessed by, kind of by the universe, by your ancestors. Like this is, it is witnessed. So with the Death card here, and then the coming in of the 6 of Cups, this is a choice, I think, for you. Do you reinvest in this vow, or do you properly close off the vow? However this resonates for you, it's good because you're moving by doing this process, by being aware of it, like, and not sitting kind of in the in-between. Because the in-between is not really deciding whether you're going to reinvest in this, or I'm going to start from the beginning with this. I'm going to change it. I'm going to make it better. We're going to work on this, whatever that is. Or, yeah, this is finished. This cycle is over. And this is what I need to do to properly close it off. Whether you're reinvesting or closing off, you are moving yourself into very balanced, colorful, dynamic energy. And temperance is a little bit like, divine timing, being guided, allowing the universe to take you sort of by the hand. And maybe the pathway is a little longer than you imagined because temperance is there. It's always like, be patient, be patient. So that is definitely on your way. And what I like with the beaver too, is the beaver is, when I say, really happy, like, look at him. He is a happy little guy. He's a happy little guy, like putting the work in where you want to put the work in, right? Putting the work in where you want to put the work in. To have this happy energy of the beaver. Because if you're putting work into something that you know for yourself is somehow finished, you're over, you're done with that, but you're not actually like cutting it out or finishing it or completing it or whatever you need to do. Now it is interesting with Taurus because it was so specific for them in their reading where they had this card where it literally seemed like a piece of jewelry, a piece or pieces of jewelry or something significant like that that was given to them, that was part of some sort of contract, whether it's friendship, marriage, whatever it was, that needed to be returned because the energy of that was still lingering around them, preventing a proper rebirth in a way. So, like, if the energy, because you want to be this energy really happy at the things that you are working on. So there's a choice to be made with that, Leo, for you. Now look at over here. The offering is full of color. You have the Two of Wands, the Lovers, and the Three of Cups. Oh, that's wonderful energy. That is great. It's really, really good. And look at all the color. The warmth. Gosh, this Panther is, I just find it to be so, it's very predatory. It's very, very predatory. And it's determined, like nothing is stopping it. But all this other energy is kind of like soft and glowy, and the offering is a beautiful thing. So I feel like this Panther is something deep inside of you where I am really determined. You are really determined for whatever this offering is. Well, I mean, you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is really about making a choice in partnership. And like these 2 points are coming together in one direction. You could almost say two paths in life that meet. And then we have the two birds, the choice in a partnership. The Two of Wands is wanting to make some sort of a choice in partnership, whether that choice is romantic, a business partner, whatever, it's different for everyone. And just because it is the Lovers, it doesn't mean it's the Lovers. I know someone in a Cancer reading last week was like, I don't know how you can see the Six of Cups and something else and not think this is a romantic reading. There's so many people coming to the reading. I can't just say, this is a lover. This is someone you're going to snuggle with. I don't know. The Beaver's here too. So you have to see, right? Like, it's a message coming out for a lot of different people. See how it fits your story. Don't force it to fit. But then the Three of Cups, see, happiness, celebration. Oh, it's kind of like the sun up to sundown. I kind of feel like the sun is setting here. Look at that. This reminds me that the sun is coming up for some reason. I just get that feeling. And then here, it just feels like, almost I guess because it's all this warmth, like the warmth of the sun that's been around all day is kind of starting to come down. Like you can still feel that warmth. Where this feels very cool, like it's been dark all night and now you're just starting to see the glow of the light. So the offering is really, it's about whatever this choice is. Choice in some sort of partnership for you. And it does come with a feeling of happiness, even reconciliation. So for those of you that applies, I feel like this is two different possibilities here. Reinvesting into a connection with someone, a promise to someone, or ending that. Whatever happens for you, the reconnection is very warm, it's very happy, it's very enlightening, it's uplifting. And if you're ending something, there's something new here. There's new energy for you here. I'm going to pull out the Panther card. That's the only one that you are determined. So let's see. That's fire energy. Now. I know, I'm pretty sure it was Gemini had that, I think. Oh, darn it. Because this is it's funny because that's the Gemini card sitting underneath the offering. So the Panther's Tower moment. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're almost determined to go do whatever you need to do to get to your wish fulfillment. What makes you happy, what you see your future and your happiness and your clarity in. Making your dreams come true. Whenever I say that, I hear little Shirley and Laverne now. Wow. See, the 3. Wow, the 3 of Swords is at the bottom. So there's some sort of heartbreak for some of you here. Like ending a connection, finalizing that in some way. And you know, if you are finalizing some sort of connection with either a friend, a spouse, it could be a business partner, but it seemed a little more personal in the Taurus reading. You might find it interesting. Like the whole I found it completely interesting. There was things I'd never thought of before that came in through that reading about the possession of something given to you that should be returned to kind of finalize this. So with the 3 of Swords, some of you may have been coming out of something like that. You're coming out of a long-term relationship possibly. With the 3 of Swords, we have the Page of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and then the 10 of Cups. So that's for those that are not familiar with tarot, it is a broken heart. Going from a broken heart state to trying to be open and clear-minded and learn new things, listen, watch, understand, and getting to the point where you're just feeling really worn out and kind of done and exhausted. And then the 10 of Cups comes in, which is that sun energy, your energy to be happy, to have happiness and fulfillment and brighter days. The future looks good because this is what you are trying to harness as one of the underlying cards in this reading. So now I'm going to go to, I looked it up and now I forgot. Wings of Wisdom. My Wings of Wisdom Oracle deck. The Wings of Wisdom Oracle deck. Get a message for Leo. A message for Leo. I'm taking the top one. I don't know what it is. Ooh, the Winged Unicorn. Purity, innocence, and miracles. The affirmation. My pure heart is radiant with the light of the miraculous. Ooh, that's cool. That's a little bit, you know, that's kind of telling you believe in miracles, and you are a miracle too. Think about yourself. You are miraculous. The fact that you're even here and breathing and functioning and your body's working, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, there's a whole bunch at the back, so I'm going to read that and let you look at the front. You are an old soul. Protect your heart and mind from negative thinking, fear, or anxiety by affirming the loving relationship with the divine that protects, guides, and assists you in all ways. You will pursue your goals with more joy and brilliance as you allow yourself to imagine beautiful possibilities rather than being bogged down in overly earthbound thinking. Be practical, but be inspired by possibility. Replenish your mental and emotional energies with some playtime. Winged Unicorn also brings a divine message of forgiveness for yourself and for others. Trust that the universe takes care of all beings and help every soul learn their lessons. I love that. I really love the little part here about Winged Unicorn also brings a divine message of forgiveness for yourself and for others. Sometimes it's harder to forgive ourselves than it even is to forgive others. So forgive yourself if things haven't worked out in the past, or you didn't do things the way you would hoped you would, or you're looking back and thinking, well, maybe that didn't happen because of this, or if there's anything that you're not forgiving yourself on, really take the time to forgive. We're all human. We're all human. We're all going to be doing, that's part of the life. It's part of the lessons, right? So that was really interesting, Leo. I want to say Leo. I'm going to go and do the extended. I'm going to see what's existing between this shift for you, what that kind of blind energy is. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.